This is a 1956 Cadillac Eldorado Seville. Boy, how times have changed. Back when this beauty was on the road, driver safety was simply relegated to a bigger vehicle as a safer vehicle. Today, there is a wonderful world of safety features, including SmartDrive and its driver behavioral modification, onboard cameras, maintenance module, and wireless web-based service.
It's just like a little wireless network at home. If you have one of these at home, the technology is all the same.
SmartDrive is a driver safety improvement system that uses behavioral modification to increase safe driving. SmartDrive uses 2 miniature cameras to record the video and audio of risky driving, speeding, or running stop signs. And of course, SmartDrive captures crashes and accidents. SmartDrive is here to protect your most precious asset, your driver. It's a win-win situation. You as fleet manager and your employer benefit from reduced crashes through improved driver behavior. Drivers benefit from SmartDrive by increasing their own safety, the safety of any passengers, and the safety of other people out on the road.
SmartDrive is an excellent tool. If you want to stay in business for a long time, you have to have the right tools. Whatever business you're in, SmartDrive is an excellent tool.
Here's how SmartDrive works. Video events are triggered several ways, including an erratic driving trigger, such as a sudden jolt caused by oversteering, heavy braking, or some other risky driving. Another trigger is speed. If your driver exceeds the maximum speed setting based on your company's policies, SmartDrive will capture the violation. Also, there is a panic button triggered event.
The driver would push the panic button and the event light would suddenly start to blink. It's a little red light in the middle and it says, hey, I'm doing my job. I'm taking an event. I'm recording an event.
An amazing story of a good Samaritan and a very alert driver in San Diego County. His name, Ray William Scott, and he's a driver for Metro Transit and Laidlaw. It happened on November 13, 2006. Ray was driving in East San Diego County when this happened. Ray handled the situation exactly as he was instructed, using the SmartDrive device. Ray hit the SmartDrive panic button and recorded the entire incident of the pedestrian being hit by an SUV. And of course, the most obvious trigger is a crash. The entire event will be captured by SmartDrive.
There's been many cases where without the camera, we would have been really at fault based on the evidence, but with the camera in there, it totally exonerated our drivers and saved us a fortune in insurance costs.
An event is being recorded when the camera's red LED light blinks for 30 seconds. After the video event is stored, the light remains lit. The SmartDrive unit captures 15 seconds before and 15 seconds after the event trigger.
You know that you've got an event stored on the camera when the red light is solid.
When the driver returns to the parking lot, the vehicle is brought into range of the wireless network. Any events are then automatically transferred from the camera to the SmartDrive workstation via the wireless network.
After all the events have gone from the cameras, all of the lights but the power light go off. The power light will stay on for a short period of time.
The SmartDrive camera mounts to the windshield, usually behind the rearview mirror. The camera is connected to a small black cable which is connected to the onboard diagnostic box, also called the OBD box. The OBD box is hidden from sight.
It installs under the dashboard and it does a little bit of the horsepower work which keeps the camera going.
Installed in your parking lot are wireless access points called APs. Also installed, a workstation server, a router, and a modem. Each workstation is installed with an uninterruptible power supply. It guarantees that the server continues to function even if electrical power is lost. Okay, now this is important. Make sure that you issue and maintain employee IDs. Be sure that your drivers log in using their IDs, using the panic button keypad each time they start their shift. This prevents false identification of drivers. It also makes the analysis of any video events and driver misbehavior much easier.
Our review center will put coding for each driver in the driver's first and last name field.
When you first log on to the SmartDrive web portal, each driver is identified by an ID number. It's important that you input the driver's names along with these ID numbers.
We can trend their driving behavior. So if a driver continually runs stop signs, we want to know who that driver is, not by code, but if at all possible by name, so that the fleet manager can go and talk to that person and get them to change their driving behavior and perhaps save a life.
Here's how to change numbers to names. First, click Smart Administrator. Next, click the Users tab. Then click on Roles to sort by each employee's job title. Scroll down to the Select button under Roles for DRI, short for Driver. The user details will be displayed. Then click on Edit and update the driver's information. It's that simple.
The biggest factor for us is the behavior modification. It makes the driver so much aware of their driving habits, things they may not have been aware of, whether it's flying over a speed bump or going into a driveway too fast. Simple things that they may not have thought of that cost us money in suspension, alignment bills, and helps keep the cost down.
Now, you as fleet manager have a responsibility to make sure that the cameras and their wireless support system are working properly. It's pretty easy. In fact, it's all about red lights and green lights.
There are 3 lights, LEDs, on the SmartDrive camera unit. The first is the green power light. When it's lit, the power is on. The second LED is red. If a risky driving event is triggered, the red light will flash until the event is stored. Once it's stored, the red light will stay solid until the event is downloaded to the AP. The third light is also green. This light lets you know when the camera is in range of the AP. A blinking green light means the data is being downloaded through the AP Wi-Fi system.
You'll see the wireless light go on the camera. It blinks a couple of times. It says, "I see my network," and then it will go solid after 4 steady blinks.
It behooves you to regularly test the system. That's done by simply triggering the red panic button to store an event. The red light should blink, then stay solid. Next, drive the vehicle to within the AP Wi-Fi coverage zone. And this is critical because the bottom line is the SmartDrive system will not function properly if the vehicles are not positioned within the coverage area and allowed time to download data, which typically takes just a few minutes. The vehicle must be parked in the coverage area. Be sure to turn off the ignition. The right green light should blink once the vehicle is within the coverage area. This means the system is working.
Now, no system is completely tamper-proof, but SmartDrive has gone to great lengths to ensure its equipment is protected from tampering. However, it's going to take your help.
The connection at the camera, there should be a shrink wrap around the connector. There should be a couple of zip ties, which we have with our name on the zip ties. Those should be holding the connection down. There should be any other obvious things, obstruction of the lens.
Now, the important thing here is to get to know the SmartDrive system, its components, and your people. Together, you'll be able to remain proactive in preventing any tampering. And for more detailed information and simple solutions, please consult the SmartDrive Fleet Manager Training Guide.
The Fleet Manager User Guide gives a thorough tool to make sure that everything's working in the system.
Also, consult the Quick User Guide for a refresher on the basics of SmartDrive. And finally, follow the Fleet Manager Guide's best practices to ensure that SmartDrive is working fully to your advantage.
Best practices, the most important thing is to monitor your account. And you can see that events are coming in because you should be getting turnaround in your events very periodically. You should see events flowing to your account and you should be able to watch those events.
It's a great tool to expense-wise, money-wise, to help you keep your insurance rates down, improve your maintenance of your vehicles, lower your maintenance costs. It makes the chauffeurs more aware of their driving habits in the vehicle, things they may not have been aware of. So it's a win-win expense-wise, customer service-wise.
When you're driving safely in spite of the idiots around you on the road, that generates commendation. And that's really what you want. And this is another step in that direction.
Now, if you follow these basic guidelines, your drivers will understand and possibly appreciate the SmartDrive system. SmartDrive protects your most valuable resource. It's not your vehicles, it's your people. Drive safe, drive smart with SmartDrive.